Shalom. Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. Okay, all praise unto Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Waha, Rakah Kadash, Barakatam, and double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, honors to your brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. So this is going to be a relatively short video regarding the balance that was Yahweh Shai and subsequently the balance that you have to employ whilst being in this truth. Because when you go into the scriptures and you see the history of Yahweh Shai, and you see the history of what he represents and what he was on this earth, he was both the conqueror, all right, and the sacrifice. Okay. So we are, as the scripture saith, are supposed to be a carbon copy, if you will, of the acts of Yahweh Shai. Because the scripture says that you're supposed to make our mind, we're supposed to be making unto a likeness unto Yahweh Shai. Scripture says that you're supposed to be perfect as our Father in heaven is perfect. Okay? So we are supposed to be of a similar mindset, if not the same mindset that Yahweh Shai had when he was on the earth. And he was both the conqueror and he was the sacrifice. Okay? So what happens is when you come into this truth, being in this word, or rather more having been in this world, okay, and having existed, right, within a kingdom that's designed to be completely against you, and having lived in a world that's that every step that you take, okay, could probably be your last. You develop a lot of psychological issues, okay, some mental illnesses that through the power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is supposed to be coming off of you when you come into this truth. Because like I'm going to show you, or I'm going to try to illustrate, okay, within these scriptures, is the fact that you got to be humble, but you got to have some self-worth, okay? This ain't a thing of being beat down all the time. Matter of fact, the hope in the kingdom is supposed to lift you up, okay? And I'm probably going to quote, okay, a lot more scriptures than I'm going to pull out, okay, given this is a relatively, I want to keep this video relatively short, okay, which goes to show you that we know that the humility is one of the most important things, if not the most important thing within these scriptures, within this world. But you got to have a ruling class of mentality, man. Okay, there's certain standards that you have to keep to. There's certain standards, okay, you must adhere to. But then the scripture says that what? You ain't supposed to be glorying within the law. Okay, rather that you glory in the hopeful mercies that Yahweh Shai is going to give unto you, rather than you glory that when you see these prophecies come to pass, that you know that this kingdom that is it ain't for you. Okay, you try to do a move out here, okay, all you're gonna end up is being proud, because what's in the world, all that you have within the world is pride. Okay, and if you want to look at it from a psychological standpoint, you find out that pride is the overcompensation of lacking. But when you come into this truth, you found out that you have, and what you have is this truth. Okay, so let's start first and foremost with this first priest that we have. It says, humble yourselves, right, in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up. Okay, so when you're thinking about your confidence and your pride and your humility, you're supposed to be humble, but you're supposed to be confident, all right, that the Most High at the end is going to deliver you, provided you keep doing this work. See, what you have is you have a lot of cats, okay? Lord Zoe ain't one of those individuals that lose confidence in Yahweh Shai because they want things to play out in their own time, okay? They want things to be established within the realms of their time span. But what did Yahweh Shai say? He said, no man knoweth the time except for the Father. So even he couldn't, when the Lord was on the scene, he had all the power to take down the Roman Empire that was established there, going back onto the Herodian dynasty, okay, and all the different captivities and different empires that had us as vassals underneath them, okay. What you had out there was a situation where the Lord was on the scene and he had all the power to change that. But he made himself unto a living sacrifice. And that's the thing that's required of this truth. The scripture says that you're supposed to present your bodies as a living sacrifice. Okay, but the self-worth that you have is the confidence that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is going to deliver you out of all of these different adversities that you may encounter. That's why the scripture says within the book of Ecclesiasticus, the second chapter on the first verse, how that you're supposed to be of good cheer if you're brought down to a lower state. Okay, because ultimately Yahweh Shemi is going to still deliver you, man. Okay, when you go into these different scriptures, what do you find out? You find out what did Job say? He said in 3 troubles that the Lord was going to deliver us. Okay, which was talking about which was talking about World War I, World War II, and World War III. And when these different wars play out, well, there's going to be a lot of people that's going to be put to death. That's just a fact. That's what happens in a world war. Okay, and as a result, it's going some things may shake you up, but you're supposed to have your confidence within these scriptures that the Lord's going to deliver you. See, that's the balance that you got to have. You ain't supposed to be just looking down on yourself. That's not the faith that the scriptures speaks about. Okay, that's not the faith that the scripture speaks about. Okay, and that's because we've been living within a society where it teaches you you're supposed to be either you're gonna be proud or you're gonna beat yourself up about not having certain things. Okay, either you're gonna have certain things within this life, maybe a house and a couple of cars or women or anything that's of that corruptible crown. Wherewith the scripture says you ain't supposed to be looking to get that corruptible crown. Okay, because within this world, that's all you're gonna get out of that is pride. Okay, but rather that you go towards the kingdom. Okay, hope for the kingdom, and you're supposed to have your confidence in that, because when that is established, if you be of that number, then you was gonna be all right. That's where you're supposed to be confident. That's where your strength is supposed to come from. Okay, so let's go and hit another few precepts. I want to hit this scripture right quick here because I think it kind of ties into the point I'm trying to say. This is the book of Revelations, the second chapter on the 21st verse. It says, "But that which ye have already, hold fast until I come. And he that keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. And as of a vessels of a pot shall they be broken, even as I have received of my Father." So what you have is that you got this work, you got this word, rather more, not this work. Okay, you got the word of Yahweh Shemi, which is supposed to. That's the scripture calls. These scriptures are called good news, man. It's supposed to make you smile, man. Okay. Now, if you got it to where your focus is on worldly affairs, then obviously you ain't gonna be smiling because you ain't gonna be thinking about the right things, man. Now, if you got it to where your heart's set upon the target, which is to get up out of here, okay, so that Yahweh Shemi establishes a kingdom. Okay, on this earth, okay. If you got it to where you're focused on that, then you're gonna be you're gonna execute that balance very nicely, man. The balance of being humble in that you're hoping that the Most High is gonna have it to where you're gonna make it, but also being bold, okay, as a lion, in that you're gonna be pushing this word, man. You're gonna have your confidence that Yahweh Shemi outside, even in death, was gonna deliver you, man. See, that takes a lot of guts, man. That takes a lot of thinking, because you really have to really see everything in its magnitude. You got to really see everything in its, its full depths, man. You got to see in 3 dimensions for that, man. Okay, because you're really taking your confidence out of the stuff that you may or may not have, and you're putting it all onto your outside, which is what you're supposed to do anyway. Okay, because your confidence is not supposed to be within this world, and that's what was going to be lifting you up. Because you're going to look at yourself and you're going to say, man, damn. Okay, Esau has gone through great lengths to keep you down, but the Most High has got you on the up because you got this understanding, man. The scripture says that this whole world was going to be defiled, man, and the Most High has got it to where you got this understanding. That's a miracle in itself, and that should be, that's supposed to uplift your spirit. Okay, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, I will give power over the nation. So that's more power than you're going to be able to obtain within this society, man. Okay, guys like Jay-Z and Oprah Winfrey ain't got no power over these nations, man. They got Federal Reserve notes, but they ain't got no power over these nations. And we check out the word blessed, okay? You find out that the word Barak meaning basically goes back onto people bowing down to you, okay? And these guys like Jay-Z and Oprah Winfrey, they ain't got people bowing down to him, okay? But people aspire to be those things because they got their hearts within this society and their confidence within this society. So when they come out of that mentality, okay, the scripture says you're supposed to put away the old man. Okay, they still got their confidence attached to these different things. That's why you got it to where certain, brothers be down and, obviously you're going to get down sometimes, but you be down thinking, this ain't worked out and this, that, and the third. Look, man, you ain't supposed to be too worried about them things, man. Because what's going to come after, where your confidence is supposed to be in, which goes back onto the truth that you already have, man, that's supposed to be established. And I see, I say these things, and I'm cutting myself too, because I'm like that. I got my focus in a different, I got my focus in the wrong place. Because when you really read what the scriptures is talking about and what it's bringing and how you're going to be delivered out of those things, how the just was going to live by faith, man, you're supposed to be out here bold and strong, knowing that Yahweh Shemi outside is going to deliver you, and he's going to deliver you unto these pleasures that he's prescribed within the scriptures. Okay, he says, he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, unto him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken, even as I have received off of my Father. So that's what you're looking forward to, man. Power. Okay, and that's where your confidence, that's where this thing is really the statement of this being the gospel is supposed to be magnified, because it is good news. Okay, provided you have your confidence in the things that are to come, rather than having your confidence in the things that are right now, which is gonna mess your spirit up. You got your confidence in the things that are right now, your whole mentality, your whole spirit is gonna be jacked up, because we know the society is messed up, man. Okay, and therefore, when you have your confidence in the things that are to come, you're gonna have that balance of having it to where you're humble, but you're bold at the same time, man. Just like how the Lord was. Because the Lord was humble. The Lord was the sacrificial lamb, where with the whole 12 tribes of Israel was going to be grafted back into what? Into being vessels of honor unto Yahweh. Okay, he was that lamb, but he was also the conquering lion, which is it's like, hold on a minute. How can an individual be both a lion and a lamb? And it all goes back onto the fact that that Yahweh Shai had his confidence, okay, in Yahweh. Okay, he had his trust in Yahweh. That's why the scripture says within the book of Ecclesiasticus, trust in the Lord, man, and he was going to deliver you. But if you ain't got your trust in the Lord and you're thinking, oh, Lord ain't going to do that. Okay, well, why would the Lord do that if you're saying he ain't going to do it, man? You're praying for these things, okay, in your day-to-day life, your daily bread or whatever. You got to have some faith that the Most High is going to deliver those things unto you. If not only that the Most High delivers them unto you in the kingdom, where you're going to really be able to enjoy those things, man. Okay, so hopefully that was of edification. Hopefully I got my point across. And Yahweh, all praise unto Yahweh Shemi Shai. Okay, double honors to the apostles, a great millstone. Honors you brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And yeah, I think I said it. Okay, so shalom.